This is Call of Duty 4, but this is Roman numerals for 4. You know, maybe they're just going with the how people use tally marks. So when the 5th one comes out, it's going to be the line through it. So it's just like, it's going to look terrible.
I can't wait for like 7, where it's just 7 dashes.
Motherfucker, I'm going to show you, goddammit. Oh. Go over to dtmerch.com so you can check out all the photos and everything there and all the other shirts we got and phone covers and I think at some point thermoses and all these other crazy things. So again, go to dtmerch.com, check out all that stuff, have some fun, buy a shirt or two, and then enjoy your new DT life. Now, people, time to go ahead and jump into this show. First up, we have a sequel. And this is a little teaser trailer. This week was a big week for you could kind of say for gaming in general. But with this particular one, it got the fan base that's for it a little hype.
Okay.
They're the people who drink a lot of Mountain Dew and eat a lot of Doritos, and they're
White
like
people.
I ain't want to say that, man, but
I will.
I mean, you can if you want to. I think a lot of them play that, but it is also this is a world inclusive game, and there's one thing about this that baffles me, and I will just let you look at it, and I'll maybe let you see Gertz, and I don't know if you know what I'm talking about just yet, but you'll see this, and then I will let you decide how you feel about this new title coming out. And people, I'm not even going to tell you what it was. Let's go ahead and just jump into the trailer, and let's see what this new game has to show us. Did you forget yet?
I didn't even know what it was.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Could you want to take a guess as to what it is?
No. I honestly,
Jesus.
I have no idea what that logo is.
Okay, well, for us to play more than Sonic games, that is the logo for the Black Ops squad. So Call of Duty, that's the Call of Duty logo, the Call of Duty Black Ops logo.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're clear now?
You probably have the name there, just in case someone is not that familiar with it.
I mean, dude, this is their 4th game, and this series alone, and they have their other ones, so I think they kind of figured out people know what it is.
I mean, they clearly thought that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was.
You have a point. I don't want to say you have a point, but you do. But yes, if you are the uninitiated, you do not know what that logo is. But yes, people, that is the logo for Call of Duty Black Ops. I
mean, what else would it be?
mean, there's nothing else it could be. There's nothing else. I mean, and here's the thing about this logo.
Okay.
Now, Gertz, you work in the advertising field.
I do.
And you know certain things about logos. Prime example, the Golden Arches represent McDonald's, or Amazon has a little thing that from A to Z is their little smiley face thing, but also means from anything from A to Z. You can get on our website. What is this trying to sell you?
It kind of looks like a shield.
Okay.
And there are 4 things there, so it's like the 4th shield of something.
Okay. The 4th shield of something.
Yes.
Now, for me, when I saw all the stuff happening, I saw explosions, I saw the shooting, I saw the zombies pop up, so I was like, all right, this has got to be Black Ops. And then we saw that beautiful logo right there, and I was like, all right, this is Call of Duty Black Ops 4. We're still going with this shit. Mm-hmm. Now, there's something that irked me about this logo in particular. Now, they've been going with this same thing. With one, it was the little eye with the orange logo, and then 2 was the same thing. So just take 2 of these off. 3, same thing, and then we get to 4.
Yeah.
Now, what about this looks a little weird to you?
What about it looks a little weird to me? I mean, it's supposed to be 4, right?
Yes.
I mean, other than. I just don't know what it is. Like out of context of this logo it just means nothing to me.
Right. Okay.
So it's as a communication piece, I'm just like, what are you saying?
What are you giving me?
Well, yeah. What is this?
Well, here is one of the big things.
This is clearly not meant for the uninitiated.
Yeah. Well, one of the big things in here was when I saw it. It was like, why does this look weird to me? I was like, all right, I know it's Call of Duty. I know it's Black Ops. I know it's the 4th game, but there's something about this. This is just weird. I was like, something's not clicking. And then I sat there for a second. I was like, wait a second. This is Call of Duty 4, but this is Roman numerals for 4.
Yeah.
So I was like,
true.
Why are they not continuing with that theme? And that kind of irked me. But I was talking to one of our friends, Andrew. He's come up here a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, maybe they're just going with the. They're going with how people use tally marks. So when the 5th one comes out, it's going to be the line through it. So it's just like, it's going to look terrible.
Can't wait for like 7, where it's just 7 dashes.
Motherfucker, I'm going to show you, goddammit. Oh my God. Yeah. But that was the thing. When I was watching it, I kind of had like that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's weird to me.
Yeah.
And I had that whole Bart Simpson moment while I was watching it.
Where have you seen Roman numerals before? I know. Rocky V. That was the 5th one. So Rocky 5 plus Rocky 2 equals Rocky 7. Adrian's Revenge.
So like that was what happened to me.
Adrian's Revenge.
Yeah. So I was like, wait a second. Like these aren't Roman numerals. These are just tallies, and it looks a little goofy to me. But we can get back to the topic. And this is again was just a small teaser of what's coming out. Then you saw everything there. It said like we're gonna have a big global reveal in May, and then the actual release is gonna happen in October, like it usually does. October, November, usually when the Call of Duty games come out. And yeah, it looks like again we haven't really seen much of it so far outside of a teaser, but it kind of feels like we're getting the same FPS again.
Of course.
Yeah, and it's a little depressing, and I would say disheartening to see that. And this is the trailer for Call of Duty 3, and yeah, it's Black Ops 3. Let me make sure I'm specific because there's two different franchises now. But yeah, it kind of feels like we're getting that same thing that we've gotten for the past few years. I mean, one thing with Call of Duty is I will give them this, especially when they had Modern Warfare 1 and 2. It kind of felt like, all right, we're progressively we're not redefining the game, but we're going to change the way you're going to interact with it. The way Call of Duty and most other first-person shooters went at the time, you would just have your standard loadout, either your medic, your assault, your tank, or whatever, however you wanted to roll out with, and then you just went with it. And I know Call of Duty Modern Warfare was not the first one to change up the game and let you customize this and customize that and throw in things like that. But they also threw in things like UAVs and like pay scales, like, oh, you killed 5 people in a row, now you get this and now you get that because of kill streaks.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, they're slowly introducing new things, and then they started bringing out the Black Ops franchise, which a lot of people liked. They brought in some of the cool stuff and some of the darker elements of the world at the time. And there you see the logo for 3 about to pop up. Oh, is it going to separate more? Sploosh. But yeah, they kind of went down the route of, all right, we got a story to tell with this. All right, we got a little bit more of a story. All right, now we're just going to go crazy, have you jumping off walls and doing all this other crazy shit. So it feels, even keep in mind, from the small bit that we got, it still feels like we're getting more of the same stuff. And Gertz, I don't know if you ever played Call of Duty or were really ever into it. So yeah, fill me in, please.
I never really was. I mean, I've dabbled a little bit into the Modern Warfare games, and I think they were fine for what they were. It's a genre that typically doesn't appeal to me that much. There are exceptions, multiplayer first-person shooters. There are a few that I do enjoy. I really like Overwatch. In fact, I'm starting to get back into that again. And Doom, I loved that game's campaign. But for the most part, a lot of first-person shooters just feel very generic to me. And I feel like Call of Duty, because of its success, it's kind of feels like it kind of feels like the most generic through no fault of its own, just because I feel like other companies are starting to rip it off. Right. So like now when I see a sequel to Call of Duty, I'm like, honestly don't know if it is Call of Duty anymore. It's like, is this another game? Right. I don't know. Yeah. So it's something that like, I guess I've never been that invested in. And now, even if I wanted to get invested in, I'd probably end up playing the wrong game by mistake.
Overwatch. All right, fuck it. We'll fall into it. But yeah, that's kind of how we feel. Again, it's a very small teaser about what's going to be on the horizon. And then they have that, like I said, that big, huge event I'm sure they're going to do in May, saying, oh, this is all the new campaigns, and this is that, and this is the new thing we're throwing in, and this isn't Titanfall, we swear to God.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It looks like it.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, right right now, for me, I'll speak for myself. I won't say for all of gaming, but I feel like Titanfall 2 was one of the better FPSs that we've had recently that also optimized multiplayer. I know Doom came out, and Doom was a fantastic game. It was multiplayer was a little rough,
Yeah,
but the campaign was good.
Yeah.
So I think that, like, if I had to say, from something else that Call of Duty was when it was Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, and they were dominating the first-person shooter game outside of things like CS:GO and Battlefield, that felt that Titanfall 2 feels more revolutionary, even though it was taking a lot of stuff off of Modern Warfare and Black Ops. So yeah, I look forward to what you want to do for Call of Duty 4. I'm also looking forward to more information, since you ain't give us shit from this very short teaser.
Yeah.
That again didn't show much, and I just feel like it kind of showed clips from the former games in the Black Ops series, which were basically they had the numbers and you ended up like an assassin. Sorry, I don't want to spoil this for anybody. But yeah, we're not getting much here, and I'm sure, again, it's going to be, was it May 12th, I believe. They're going to go ahead and announce everything that's going to be included with this. So I look forward to it. I think it could be cool, but I also feel like we're probably most likely going to get the same shit that we've been getting for the past what has it been, 10 years now, I think?
Yeah.
Since Modern Warfare I was in college. So like 2006 or 7, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't feel like we're revolutionary right now, but I do still feel like there is some merit to this. Now let me ask you this, Gertz. Do you feel that they need to release these games every other year? Now, if they're not doing the certain things like certain companies do, where they release the same game every year, this is every other year, even though they are taking breaks to release their own game.
Yeah.
Because it's like, now we're doing Modern Warfare. Now Advanced Warfare. And now it's Black Ops. Now it's whatever Warfare. Now it's Black Ops. So do you think that's fair? Keep in mind, this is coming from 2 different studios as well.
Okay. I mean, it is fair, just because apparently there's a demand for it. I personally, I do find it kind of irritating when game companies do that, where because they treat these games like they're kind of not big budget titles, or like they treat them like they're going to have some longevity, I guess. Like, we're going to support these for a year, and then like they stop supporting them, and then like 4 months later they got a whole new game coming out.
Right.
And it's kind of annoying, honestly. It's like, either continue to support this game throughout, and I'll keep supporting it, but stop trying to like repackage a lot of the same materials and trying to sell them like they're new. I feel like they do that a lot of the time, both with literal assets, like character models, and also with ideas. I mean, I feel like, again, and I'm not someone who's played a lot of these games, but the few that I have played, like a few of the Call of Duty games I have played, it's like they all feel kind of the same to me, because apparently new stuff is stupid, and no one wants that anymore.
Yes, keep your new shit over there, my friend. We want the same tired shit, because I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable knowing without anything new. New shit scares me.
Yeah. If it's new, I might not like it.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah, we don't want that. We want the prepackaged. It's like McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like these, no matter what McDonald's you go to, them burgers still gonna taste the same, and you might be in the mood for a McDonald's burger, but there's also people who are like, you know what, maybe I want to go try something different, maybe try something new.
Yeah.
And yeah, I 100% understand that. I hope, and again, trying to be an optimist, and the girl's like, stop that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, it hurts. It hurts you. I'll try to be optimistic. I have to be optimistic, not to cry. So I'll be optimistic about Call of Duty 4, and hopefully it comes out, and it just slaps me in the face. It's like, we told you, we got a new story, we got a new way this game is played, and obviously they're gonna bring back zombie mode, which I'm just I'm so tired of zombies, man. There are things that I just realized, and this is like yesterday. I was like, I'm just getting tired of this shit. Zombie mode is one thing, and just zombies in general
I'm
right
sick
now.
of zombies.
Yeah, like we got The Walking Dead, and then we got, well, first of all, I'll never be sick of
Z Nation.
Z Nation. I'll never be sick because it's just so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But I am getting tired of things like zombie modes and horde modes and and things like that because they're popping up in damn near every fucking game now. Now, if you want to take it and put a twist on it, kind of like Days Gone or things like Last of Us or even I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of this game. It was an Xbox exclusive. Xbox and PC, where it was you would build up a fort with friends or the computer at the time, and I want to see it was Dead by Daylight or something like that. And once a character died, like that character was just gone.
Yeah.
So you had to assume like a new role, and maybe the person that you were rolling with, like you kind of felt attached to them, or they had like a special ability that you wanted, and then you lost them, and you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of that game. Put it in the chat if you remember. But yeah, that was something that I found to be really dope. So maybe in that context, it could be done well. But we know in Black Ops, it's just going to be the same horde mode that we're getting in everything now.
Yeah, they don't have the need to innovate.
Yeah, they really don't.
And I think even like that, the reveal speaks to that. Like, I didn't know what the hell that logo was just because I'm not part of their audience. They have such a built-in audience that as soon as that audience sees that logo, they immediately know what it is and immediately are going to be like, oh!
Yeah.
Super excited about it. And that's fine. That's great. But yeah, until they have a need to innovate, they're not going to.
Yeah, and Jason, you're right. It was a State of Decay. That's the name of the game I was thinking about. And I see Bryce was like, Kuman just saying Days Gone is gonna be good because the Sony police is in the room. I'll tell him if it was trash. Oh, this is garbage. We've had conversations about some bad games that they've done, and especially in New York. I was like, yo, I like David Cage, but he's been fucking up recently. So, yeah, I'm not afraid to speak my mind on this show to anybody. So hopefully Days Gone could be good. And the reason I'm still kind of interested in that is not because there's zombies, but I like the whole kind of World War Z thing where they kind of swarm.
Yeah.
Like we really haven't had that big in video games. Like we had like a few games where like you'd be kind of outnumbered. I remember Dying Light, which is another zombie game I loved. It put a twist on it. It was free running, but it also was built on like building relationships and scavenging supplies and crafting and things like that.
Yeah.
So if a zombie game is willing to do something like that, or a zombie movie is willing to do things like that and not be the standard horde mode or the standard Walking Dead formula or try to rip off 28 days or 28 weeks later, I think it could be cool. But I'm not feeling that from Black Ops. I feel like we're going to get that horde mode again, and I know people are saying that's probably the best part of it. Not for mine.
It was fun at first. Like when games first started doing horde modes, I remember it in Gears of War, and I really liked it. But yeah, I think it just became oversaturated. Like every game has a horde mode now.
Yeah.
Every now and then it's cool when a game does it. I remember when Overwatch had that event where it was essentially a horde mode.
Junkenstein?
Yeah, like that was cool, and it was for a limited time, which made it feel a little bit more special.
Right.
And it was cool just because it was something that I wasn't expecting them to do. And the way that game's mechanics work, it's not something you'd expect, so it felt refreshing. I just need something like zombies and zombie modes. I just feel like, yeah, they need. I don't think they'll ever go away, and I don't think they're bad in concept. I just think they need something kind of innovative to bring them back a little bit. Make it exciting again.
Right.
Because it's becoming old hat now.
Yeah, and I see somebody in the chat right now is saying, like, oh, man, I really wish what they used to do, especially when we were, I was about to say growing up. I was like 19 when this game came out. But games like Left 4 Dead, that was something that was cool, and it wasn't solely built on you fighting zombies or just doing the same thing over and over. It was like, yo, I got to work with my friends to make sure this works out. I have different types of zombies that come in, and it's not just a standard horde mode. And you had an objective. I got to get from point A to point B. Shitty things can happen. Musical cues pop in and making you lose your mind and things like that. So I wish one day we could get back to that because that's something that's really cool. And I really wish they would put Left 4 Dead on the Switch.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be amazing.
That'd be
Yo,
great.
Steam, Valve, what the fuck, man? Get on that, please.
And I do think you brought up Days Gone. I think Days Gone looks pretty awesome, just because that's doing something like you mentioned the swarming thing. Like, that's something I haven't really seen a game do before. And there was one demo I saw where they were like using zombies to solve puzzles and like kind of almost hurting them to take out enemies and stuff like that. It's like that's cool. Like that's some innovation and some clever ideas with a formula that we already know. So that's a positive example of it, and I hope we get more of that.
Yeah, I mean, it shows there's still room to innovate in gaming. Not everything has to be virtual reality. You can just make a different type of game and people will be into
needs
it.
to stop, man.
I won't say nothing because there's a Sony cop in the room about VR.
That shit needs to stop.
Sony cop, stop it. But no.
Why'd you mess up Ratchet and Clank, man?
Oh, damn. Jesus. But yeah, there's still room, and this shows that there's still room for innovation in gaming because we have things like Days Gone coming out soon. But yeah, please kill this horde mode needs to stop. It ain't cool. Like if we had a horror mode, like there was like just like street hookers trying to get at you and kiss you in the mouth. Like no, not today. Stay away from me, horde.